Good afternoon. Joining me today is Commander Erwin Manansala with the San Diego Police Department. Frankly, I had the honor of having, I call him Erwin. I think that's what
Yeah.
most people do. Erwin in one of my classes, and what an absolute rock star. What a great representative of USD and certainly San Diego PD. Uh, you're balancing your personal life, professional, and then you throw academia on top of that and all of its pulls. What's that like for you?
It was quite a balancing act, to say the least. Lots of coffee, not too much sleep, but God bless my wife and my family for supporting me through this endeavor. There was a lot of times I was at soccer games with my laptop, cheering for my daughter while reading the reading material or posting DBs or typing assignments, and that balancing, my regular job, within San Diego PD as a commander as well. So definitely a worthwhile endeavor, but a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice, but worth it at the end for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we've talked previously about really modeling the behavior for the folks that we have the opportunity to serve with, and I think education is certainly one of those. We practice our leadership on a daily basis, and frankly, I think when we get into these programs, we feel pretty good about our leadership, and then we discover even more about our leadership walk and the ability to apply the concepts learned in LEPSL to our personal and professional lives, right? I think it makes us a uh, better partner, better father, better brother, better son, just a better person in general. Would you mind telling me a little bit about really what's your time in LEPSL and what you took away and how that really played out personally and professionally for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I was first introduced to the LEPSL program via Command College, since the program administrator, Dr. Fritzvold, was one of the core instructors for Command College and kind of made me aware of this program. So just felt natural being in that academic world of Command College and doing the homework and the papers and all that just to roll into LEPSL. But as I did more research in the program and actually partook in the program, the biggest takeaways for me was just the course curriculum and how contemporary everything is, how relevant and timely everything is, and how the instructors are yourself included, are top notch. They're just not theorists, they're practitioners, if you will, in what they're teaching. Very well rounded in the course material. And on top of that, just the engagement that you have, not just with people within the Southern California region, but throughout the entire United States, for that matter. I've had classmates from the East Coast all the way to Maine, Florida, and everywhere in between, and just getting their perspective on a variety of topics, whether it's data fluency or leadership or technology. That perspective is invaluable as a police leader. So you're not just siloed into thinking what your region is responding with a particular policy decision. You're seeing with a very wide lens of what other agencies are adopting nationwide, and it's not just a cookie cutter approach. A lot of these things, a lot of these policy decisions, a lot of these technology adaptations are tailor made for the community that they're in, and those change with geography, those change with the elected officials that you're working with and the community members and stakeholders you're with. So just seeing that different variance in perspective was invaluable for me.
Yeah, that's great. I think,
Yeah.
my experience has been really seeing the growth in people as they engage in the discussion board forums, which, as you know, is really the cornerstone of our program and really what makes it unique. So I think that's to your point, that's really one of the things that makes LEPSL so doggone powerful. Um, if you are thinking of providing advice for other law enforcement leaders that gosh, I've only got 2 years, 5 years left in my career. I'm kind of done with the education part. Or I've got 20 years left. I can't find the time now. Any words of advice as now a veteran and graduate of the LEPSL program? Any words of advice for those folks who are maybe just in the middle, not really knowing where to go?
I would say, you should just embrace learning as a lifelong learner. Whether you're at the beginning, the midline, or the twilight of your career within the law enforcement realm, I think there's always space to learn more and learn more about yourself and our profession, and the skills and a lot of the topics within the LEPSL program are not just applicable just to the law enforcement realm. You can translate that to the private sector as well. For those that are on their way out toward retirement, maybe looking to pursue a second career. But for those up and coming, part of the beauty of this program too is it's not relegated to just the upper echelons of law enforcement leadership. these classes have everyone from the rank of police officer to sergeant, mid-level management to the executive, and military folks and public safety folks in between. So just garnering that perspective from the line level to the management level to the executive level is truly invaluable in helping you to go forward with decision making, and just seeing that perspective when it's applied to a wide variety of topics that impact public safety.
Yeah, so very well said. Thank you so much. So how did we get connected today? So it was brought to our attention that we were approaching if you can believe this, the 1,000th graduate of the University of San Diego's LEPSL program. And that was going to occur on Sunday, May 18th, the day that you and many of your peers walked across that stage. And just happened to be that as we went back and reviewed the footage and saw 997, 998, 990, and then all of a sudden Commander Erwin Manansala came across the stage and accepted his diploma, and that was number 1,000. And boy, what a cool thing for us, certainly. And the irony being that in your own backyard and in our own backyard, somebody representing the San Diego Police Department would walk across the stage as the 1,000th recipient of their graduate degree at the University of San Diego's LEPSL program. What do you think of all that?
I think, it all happened by happenstance. I stood in line. They didn't organize this by alphabetical order or anything like that. They just said, "Hey, all the LEPSL graduates here, fall in line." And we sat where we sat. And when they called us across the stage, to me, it wasn't in any particular order. It wasn't until Dr. Fritzvold got a hold of me about a week or so later and said I happened to be the 1,000th graduate that it just came to be. But honestly, I'm just honored and humbled to be part of this program and to be the 1,000th graduate. And I know, hundreds of people, if not over 1,000 now, have gone through this program across all ranks through our profession. And I'm just, again, humbled to be part of that, to be helping to shape the profession in a positive way, and to be part of the profession to influence the future of our the future generations that are coming.
That's awesome. You had several more graduates come behind you, 1001, 1002, and certainly so many more that are currently in the program. So it really is the leadership gift that keeps on giving. Uh, Commander, I want to thank you so much for sharing just a little bit of really your journey, the impact of the LEPSL program. You're doing amazing work, you and your peers in the city of San Diego. You're an incredible ambassador for the LEPSL program. We thank you for all of your contribution, what you've done thus far, what you'll continue to do to grow this profession, and represent both the city of San Diego and the University of San Diego's LEPSL program. So, sir, on behalf of Dr. Fritzvold, my peer faculty, the University of San Diego, thank you so much for your leadership.
Well, thank you all for what you do and for running such a fantastic program. I appreciate being a part of it, and I can honestly say I've learned a lot, and will apply that in my profession going forward.